In this demo, we will create an account management blueprint so that users can see and update the information about their account. If you are following along with the course and making the changes yourself, you can download the step-by-step directory from the exercise files. The reason I created this is because I don't want to waste time during the lessons on copy-pasting some trivial parts of the source code. Okay, so let's follow the same workflow and create a new directory which will hold the account package. This directory will include the views file, the forms file, and the templates folder. I'll import some basic methods we'll definitely need from Flask. Then I can define the account blueprint in the same way we defined others. We need to go to the init file of the app package to import this blueprint from the account views file. I will add another argument for the blueprint registration. The URL prefix will make sure that all of the routes defined in this blueprint will be prefixed with this /user string. To see this in action, let's get back to the blueprint to define a show view. The route that shows the information about the user will be profile, followed by the username of the user we want to show. Users will need to be logged in to see this, so let's decorate this view with the login required decorator we made in the previous lesson. Now we can find the user from the database and pass it to the template. Import the current user and login required from the auth views module and also the user model from the models. Of course, this show account template needs to be created, so let's do that. As you can see, I am defining the active page string, but only if the shown user is the current user. We'll just print out the information about the user, and if the user we are seeing is the current user, we'll create two buttons for updating and deleting this account. Now we can update the account link from the navigation bar with the account show view, and don't forget to pass the current user username. You can see that the link is highlighted when I'm looking at my own account, but not if I check out some other username. Also notice that the URL is prefixed with /user, just like we defined it in the blueprint registration method. Now let's create views for editing and deleting accounts. For this, I will need to import the escape methods and the database instance. Edit method will instantiate the update account form. If there is a form input and it's valid, we will update information about the current user and save it to the database. Then we can redirect the user to his own show page. Otherwise, we need to render the form and don't forget to pre-populate the fields with the available data from the database. Notice this getCurrentObject method we called on the current user proxy. We had to do this to save the user information to the database because this current user is just a proxy. The moment we send this to the database session, the SQLAlchemy will not know what to do with it because it doesn't work with proxies and its functionality does not depend on our application. We need to use this method to get a real user object from the proxy and pass it to the database session. Always use this method if you need to do something with the proxy outside of the application context. This update account form needs to be created inside of the forms module. Copy and paste this from the source code. It is just a simple form with two fields. Don't forget to make the form available to the views module by importing it. To show it, we need to define the edit account template. Again, nothing special here, just rendering the form. Now I can update the update account button so that we can access the edit view from the show account template. Let's try to update the description and location by using the update account form. Seems like it works. Now the only thing left is the delete view. Import the logout user method from the auth package so that we can log out the user before we remove him from the database. Delete view is simple. It can only be accessed with the post method and it will remove the current user from the database. Update the delete account button from the show template. The form only has a submit button with some added JavaScript which will ask the user if he is sure about deleting the account. Now let's try to delete our account. I won't be able to log in again because the account doesn't exist anymore, just like we wanted. It is a good practice to define this delete view with the post method because all of the routes that change something on the server should not be used with the get method, especially if they are destructive like this one. Imagine if the deletion was done with the get method and someone sent you the link leading to this route. This would destroy your account with just one click. Okay, this concludes the basic account management functionality.